Jacksonville Jaguars fans, welcome into Duval Daily presented by GenJag.com. I'm Jordan DeLugo. Thanks so much for tuning in here Thursday, June 26th. A little bit tired this morning. Orlando Magic had a late round, first round pick. Jace Richardson coming to Orlando, excited about it, son of former Magic player, Jason Richardson. So good stuff, three-point shooter, all that stuff. But we're not here to talk about the Orlando Magic's draft. We're here to talk about the Jaguars and one of their draft picks, running back Bhayshul Tuten, who signed his rookie deal with the team yesterday. We're going to get into what he brings to the table, what the Jaguars running back room might look like this year and beyond, and all that good stuff. Really appreciate y'all being here. If you enjoy the content, please like, and if you have not already, please hit that subscribe button. Helps us out a ton. It's all Jags all the time here, trying to get out at least 2 shows a day on most days for y'all. So keeping you updated, getting the content out there, and trying to keep it as high quality as we can with the analysis, with the thought process, and being very transparent. So again, really appreciate y'all being here. Bhayshul Tuten, 4th round pick by the Jaguars, one of 2 4th round picks, him and Jack Kaiser. And I believe Jack Kaiser is now the only Jaguars rookie who has not signed his rookie deal yet. So we can talk about the rookie deals a little bit. It has taken a little bit longer than usual for the Jaguars to get their entire rookie class under contract. Obviously, Travis Hunter just signed his contract over the weekend with the Jags, and Bhayshul Tuten signs Wednesday. So is that concerning? Is that anything? To me, it's not concerning, and it's not anything. There's still almost a month until rookies report to Jaguars training camp. You haven't had any issues with rookies wanting to participate in rookie minicamp, OTAs, mandatory minicamp, despite not having contracts done. Like if you were sitting here with a Cincinnati Bengals situation, like with Shamar Stewart, where he doesn't want to participate and there's arguments back and forth, it's contentious, all that stuff, that would be one thing. But that's not the situation at all with the Jaguars, right? Jack Kaiser, even though not under contract, participated fully and gave it his all, and it's very, heavily committed. So you get that contract done and you're all done, and it's a moot point. I don't know why it's not seemingly as quick as it has been in the past. A lot of these rookie deals, while they're not 100% set in stone in terms of all the particulars, they are laid out fairly well, and they are they're slotted. Each pick has certain things that come with it in terms of the money aspect of it, but there are things that agents and teams can negotiate. So I have no worries about Jack Kaiser getting under contract before training camp, and in fact, I'd be surprised if it wasn't in the next couple days when they announced the Jack Kaiser deal. So that's not something I think Jags fans should be worried about, concerned with at all. When you look at Bhayshul Tuten specifically, this is a guy that short king, shorter, undersized running back from a height perspective, but does have legitimate muscle mass on his frame. Like even though he's only 5'8", 5'9", almost 210 pounds. I think he played around 210 pounds at Virginia Tech. He transferred there from small school to Virginia Tech a couple years ago and was the feature back at Virginia Tech. 5'9", came in at 206 at the combine. I think he played a little heavier than that, obviously wanted to run as well as he possibly could at the combine, and he had really an insane showing at the combine. 4.32 40-yard dash, and that shows up on tape consistently. 1.49 10 split, which that's the same 10 split I believe as the guys that were running in the 4.2s. 40.5-inch vert, insane vert. 10-10 broad, 4.41 20-yard shuttle. Bhayshul Tuten had a great combine and really had a great couple years at Virginia Tech. Great college career in general. As I mentioned, 5'9", about 210 playing weight. And so 210, 5'9", that's, again, pretty good density for his size. There's some contact balance there. There's when you look at there's charts that show yards after contact combined on one axis with missed tackles forced on the other axis, and he's right up there, only behind like Ashton Genty in terms of guys that were in this draft this year. So over the last couple of years, so that's really exciting. Just the ability to slip tackles and the ability to explode and get yards after contact, and honestly, you want to try to keep him as clean as you can, because if he can go out there and not be contacted in the backfield or at the line of scrimmage, he's going to have an unbelievable career, because in space, he's just too fast and too shifty. He does have some flexibility throughout his frame to kind of bend and not lose a lot of speed with the ball in his hands. So he can be an electric runner in the NFL. You see it on tape. You see it in the testing. It's there. What I caution people with is, I know the fantasy community can drive a lot of narratives throughout the summer, and a lot of folks were like, oh, the Jaguars, they went and, they drafted Bhayshul Tuten. They drafted LeQuint Allen. Travis Etienne's going to get traded. No, Travis Etienne, it doesn't look like he's going to get traded. Liam Cohen kind of put that to bed in one of his press conferences. I think it's very fair to look at Travis Etienne's contract, the fact that he's going into the final year of his rookie deal, and say, well, maybe they wanted to fill out the room a little bit more because you only had two guys you felt good about on the roster, and B, prepare for Travis Etienne's eventual departure because you're probably not going to pay him a ton. I think that's much more likely. And then with Bhayshul, they wanted running back, right? They were interested in Ashton Genty. Obviously, they traded up to get the guy who they thought was the best player in the draft, Travis Hunter. They were interested in RJ Harvey. Both of those are according to Michael Silver, who was with the Jaguars in their draft room. And they ended up getting Bhayshul Tuten, who, look, a lot of times the teams that end up drafting a running back, top 5, day 2, you look back and you're like, man, we could have got that guy on day 3. So that can happen. Now, personally, I do think I think Ashton Genty was in a league of his own in this draft among running backs. I think that there's no real reason to believe RJ Harvey is a lot better prospect than Bhayshul Tuten. So I say good on the Jaguars for getting Tuten in the 4th round, while the Broncos went and got RJ Harvey a lot earlier. The one thing you really want to see him improve is the ball security. Absolutely. Ball security is a pretty big issue for him. A lot of fumbles the last couple of years, 9 total fumbles, I think, in the last couple of years. And that's something that Tank Bigsby has dealt with as well. So the running back room has some fumbling. And Travis Etienne, during his first year playing, obviously missed his rookie year due to the Liz Frank injury, but his first year playing in 2022, he also had 5 fumbles, completely cleaned it up over the last couple of years, only had 1 fumble and like over 500 touches. So I think that Travis Etienne's fumbling issues are behind him, but still some guys here that, ball security is going to be paramount when it comes to teaching, coaching, and practicing consistently. But I don't think that Bhayshul Tuten comes in as immediately like RB1, something like that. I don't even think he's RB2. I think Travis Etienne and Tank Bigsby are going to lead the Jaguars in touches in the running back room this year. I think they're going to utilize Etienne's skill set as a runner, as a pass catcher, as someone who's electric with the ball in his hands in space. I think that Tank Bigsby can do a lot of the dirty work. He can be a tough runner. He can be explosive as well. And then I think Tuten fits in where, like, if he can show out in practice, if he can show out throughout training camp in the preseason, if he can do the little things, he can earn a role. And then if he thrives in that role and he gets hot, the Jaguars could roll with him a little bit. I don't think that's out of the realm of possibilities. I think that right now it's Etienne and Bigsby leading the pack, but I absolutely think there's a path for Tuten, who, as fast as Etienne is, I mean, Tuten's a good bit faster, right? So there's more of that explosive, big play potential. Even though ETN has a ton of that, I think Tuten has even more. And then there's also a path for Quint Allen to find the field, and that's being the best pass pro guy on the team and being the best pass catcher out of the backfield on the team, potentially for Quint Allen. I think clearly Bigsby is the toughest runner on the team. I think clearly Tuten is the fastest, and ETN is maybe the most balanced out of the group. And Quint Allen is, I said Bigsby the dirty work. When I said that, I kind of meant the tough yardage, the physical back, right? Whereas Quint Allen is doing the dirty work in pass protection. So that's kind of how I see this backfield. I think all these guys are going to get playing time as long as they earn it. I think that it's a good group. I think it's a deep group. And I'm excited to see how it all pans out, because I think in Liam Cohen's offense, which, I mean, just look at what happened in Tampa a couple years ago, being one of the worst running teams in the league to being like a top 5 rushing attack last year. A lot went into that, but I don't think that Tampa's running back room is more talented than Jacksonville's. Do I think they might have a more talented overall offensive line? Yeah. Do I expect the Jaguars to jump into the top 5 as a rushing team in 2025? Not really, no. I wouldn't be really shocked with much with the Jaguars offense. I think the Jaguars offense can be electric, but if I had to project it, I would probably guess the Jaguars running game is more in the 15 to 20 range, somewhere in the middle of the pack in the NFL versus towards the top, just because I don't think the offensive line, like I said, is as good as Tampa's was. I don't think that I don't see them making the crazy jump that the Buccaneers did last year, but maybe they could. Really appreciate y'all tuning in. Bhayshul Tuten signs with the Jaguars. 1 rookie left to sign. Not a concern at all. These guys have all been fully participating in every phase of the offseason program so far. So good stuff. Bhayshul Tuten officially a Jacksonville Jaguar. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section below. And if you enjoy the content, please like and subscribe. Y'all have a good one.